Hey guys, this is Sruti Tarot, and this is a daily reading for Thursday, November 27th of 2025. We're just going to clear the energy with some sage and Palo Santo, clear the energy over the spread, and also clear the space of any negative energies using this beautiful bell. Negative energies hate bells and they hate chimes. If you ever read the series Abhorsen, a fantasy series I read when I was younger, kind of reminds me of that. She was like a demon fighter with a whole like belt of bells, and the bells literally cast spells, and the spells that she spoke and chimed together would bind the demons. So I don't know why I brought that up just now, but it could have some meaning for you on this Thanksgiving. I think it's a powerful omen of this Thanksgiving being a very positive one. Now, the cards that I pulled for the day are not surprisingly extremely positive. Starting off with the wonderful and apropos Blessed Oracle card. And we see this beautiful fairy, um, kind of like in like almost like a shell, like floating in this with like rose petals amid the stars. And she is in a position of prayer, and she is just feeling at one with the universe and her surroundings and at peace and blessed. And I believe that is the energy that you yourself are bringing to the holidays, not just that the holidays are bringing to you. You are this magical fairy bringing this blessed feeling to everyone you encounter on this holiday. And for the actual holiday of remembering that we are blessed and feeling thankful for the things that we have and the people we have around us. So, also, not surprisingly, the energy coming into the day is the Hierophant. This is a card of tradition in the traditional tarot, very apropos also for a traditional holiday. That takes us back to traditions from the beginning of, at least in America, the beginnings of this country, and kind of the bringing together of people. In this case, not so much at the feet of a person as this priest figure sort of represents the tradition of Thanksgiving itself. Although, interestingly, the Hierophant card is often a card of higher learning, and we do also have a card literally of learning, new projects and learning. This is a card called the Acolyte. And to me, these two hands here are very interesting in comparison to the card coming into the day, the card of higher learning, and these two men learning from this master. So there's some possibilities here. I feel like the whole holiday itself could be a form of learning for you. But you could also encounter someone in this holiday season that you consider to be a teacher and from whom you would like to learn from. And it seems like you might encounter this figure on the actual day of Thanksgiving, perhaps over Thanksgiving dinner. This kind of vessel here reminds me of some kind of food container or drink, or it actually reminds me of a festival more than even this scroll of learning does. And there's these flowers of abundance blooming all around and light coming out of it. And it it very much is this kind of Thanksgiving table type of imagery. So it seems like to me over this Thanksgiving dinner itself, you may meet someone or have a conversation that inspires you in a direction of learning for yourself or actually learning directly from that person. And again, moving into the future position, we see similar imagery moving us into this Nine of Coins card. These two open palmed hands, sort of mimicking the two hands here on the Acolyte card, except these hands now, instead of being closed around the vessel of abundance, are open to the abundance of the whole universe. So the Nine of Coins card, it usually shows a woman who's wealthy, independent, strong, standing on her own in a garden with like a peacock. And this card is a different take on it because it has these hands with almost like a third eye on their palm chakra, open to the abundance of the whole universe, all these different symbols of abundance. And the universe is literally like raining gold that the hands are almost catching. And it's spiritual gold, but also literal gold. The Nine of Coins is a card of the physical world. So it does seem like whatever you are discussing on this day, whatever you're open to learning on this day, even if you're just learning it within yourself based on the dynamics that are happening around you at Thanksgiving table, it is leading you towards your own independence, abundance, wealth, prosperity, and the abundance of inner peace and inner realization as well. The clarifier for the whole day is quite interesting. It was not super complex. It is this Five of Coins in reverse. This is a card you really do want to see in reverse. The Five of Coins is traditionally about poverty, and it's represented in this card. Usually it shows two figures who are out in the cold. One of them's limping. They're outside a church. It's winter. It's a very difficult card to look at. This card is simply a wilted rose. It's sort of like Beauty and the Beast. This card itself always reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. So there is a theme also in this poverty of perhaps this ongoing theme from the past week, which I imagine would be lingering. Any kind of heartbreak theme tends to linger. And in reverse, it's kind of like the remnants of that heartbreak are falling away. And you are now in a space where your primary vibration is feeling blessed, and bringing that feeling of being and feeling blessed to the Thanksgiving table, where you are encountering some sort of learning opportunity. Again, this could manifest as spiritual learning, or actually meeting a mentor or a family member or a guide who gives you a piece of information that helps you move forward away from this sense of poverty, heartbreak, whatever the difficult situation was, towards your own independence, abundance, and also independence of inner vision, really being able to stand on your own 2 feet in terms of your inner peace, which is, by the way, by far the most important thing you could have in this life, and the source of all the abundance of the Nine of Coins. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will see you tomorrow. In 2018, I had an allergic reaction to an ear piercing that radically changed my life. Luckily, due to a unique spiritual awakening, I was able to come off of prednisone and reclaim my life. I believe that what I learned during all those years of pain and suffering can help you overcome your problems too. For my spiritual teachings, check out my website, my YouTube, and my book.